Welcome back to Publicized Theory podcast. It's officially October. Spooky season is upon us. Fall is here. Summer is in the rear view. Winter's about to be here any minute now. The holidays are about to be here. Thanksgiving's about to be here. Christmas is about to be here. 2025 is about to be here. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, I hope everyone has had an amazing week. I hope everyone has had an amazing September. Hope everyone is having a great year, period. So in a few months from now, it'll be officially 1 year of Publicized Theory, which is wild to even think about. But anyway, I have a great episode in store today that I wanted to dive into, that I somewhat dived into on a TikTok video this past week. And if you haven't followed me on TikTok, I've steadily been posting every day for the last month, going to try to keep that up for the rest of the year, going to continue to try to put out content on other platforms as well. And I've mentioned this before with the video series of this podcast, which will definitely be coming in the near future. But yeah, go ahead and check that out on TikTok. You can follow me there at RSVPAnt for other little snippets of insights and thoughts that I share throughout the week outside of the weekly podcast episode that comes out every Friday. You can get more content there, as well as anything that I post on my Instagram, although I really don't post on Instagram. So you can just follow me on TikTok for more content. Nevertheless, besides all of that, today I wanted to talk about our default mode, how we operate on a daily basis, how we are in tune with our mindset each and every day. What are the building blocks and the framework that we operate in each and every day throughout the course of our lives, when we're dealing with struggles, when we're going through life in general, not even so much dealing with obstacles and struggles, but just how are we approaching life day in and day out? How are we approaching the things that we want, our dreams, our aspirations? What type of energy and frequency are we operating in while we are doing the activities that we need to do to get closer to that dream, or just living our day-to-day lives, even if it's not in pursuit of an ultimate goal right this minute? But what is the framework? What is the operating system? What is the belief system that we have? What is the default mode that we go to when either one, something is happening in our lives, or two, we are going through life unsure or uncertain? How are we building a framework that allows us to get through those moments easier, I guess I would say, but more so allows us to get through even stronger, better than we previously were? I think it's so important to create a belief system and a default mode of operating that is complementary of the person you want to be, the person that you envision yourself becoming, and that is overall complementary to living a happy and flourishing life. If you really think about it, if you were to get everything you wanted, and if you were to be living your ideal lifestyle right this minute, how would you feel? And I think that's the major point that I'm getting at in this episode, is embodying the feeling that you would feel, or the feelings that you would feel when you have your ideal lifestyle. The trick with that is trying to manifest and have those feelings when that lifestyle doesn't exist. And even more so, forget about the lifestyle part and having everything that you want, but still finding ways to be happy with everything that you have right now, and embodying those feelings that will only grow, get stronger, become bigger within you when you actually do have the things that you want, when you're actually giving back to the people that you want to help, when you're actually living the lifestyle that you dream of having each and every day, year in and year out. How can we create a default mode, an operating system, a belief system that allows us to live continually with gratitude, continually with having a growth mindset, continually with being able to embrace situations that may be uncomfortable in the moment, but allows us to recognize that it is those moments that will help us grow, learn, and evolve, and eventually become a better person? How can we adopt that mindset? How can we adopt that framework? How can we daily adopt that default mode that will help us sustain the momentum we have, but to allow us to get closer to the lifestyle that we want? And not to mention all the other perks of just feeling happy, of being grateful, of finding satisfaction in the daily tasks of life, even though they may not be exactly what we want in the moment. I think it's like anything. It's building a muscle. What is your default mode right now? What are you operating on daily that isn't really complementary to the person you want to become? Do you get angry easily? Are you triggered easily? Are you holding grudges with certain individuals? Are there any things that may be weighing you down at the moment that really isn't complementary to the person that you want to become, to the person that you envision yourself becoming, to the person that right now, while you're listening to this, you want to be? The best thing to do is let go of all those things. I'd be honest. The best thing to do is find ways to be grateful. And it sounds so simple and it sounds so easy in terms of just be grateful. And it almost sounds like people expect you to brush everything under the rug and ignore so many different elements of life that are triggering, that do make us feel away, that do invoke negative emotions, that do put us off our game, that do make us feel like in some ways we're not built for the things that we want because we can't handle life situations that continue to arise and pop up. But I guarantee you, if you genuinely, each and every day, try to adopt a default mode that is of growth mindset, that states things are not happening to me, but things are happening for me. That although I may be going through this now, all things are still working in my favor. That although I didn't get what I received, I still have everything that I need and I still can push forward to the ultimate goal. Adopting that type of mental framework and mindset allows us to cope with so many things in a better way, allows us to cope with life in a better way, allows us to get over the things that hinder us, especially emotions, because a lot of the inner work that we have to do is centered around our emotions and how we react to things and how we internalize situations and how some situations paralyze us because we don't know how to effectively move on from the emotion that was generated through that situation. But once we are able to really shut down those emotions, once we're able to take away all the power out of those emotions by having contrary emotions, then, and most likely only then, will we begin to see a shift in our overall mindset and our daily default mode. But if we continue to feed into the emotions that really cause us to spiral and really doesn't allow us to embrace change and embrace uncomfortable situations and embrace gratitude and embrace joy and happiness and positivity, then it'll be a continuous cycle of not feeling like you're getting the things you want out of life, but in many cases, not getting the things that you rightly deserve because you're not on the frequency that allows those things to come into your life naturally. You're not allowing those things to come into your life with a natural flow because one, you're harboring a lot of emotions that are not complementary to that lifestyle, but two, you're resistant to everything because you're not willing to accept how you feel and you're not allowing yourself to accept other emotions. Like when you're angry, finding a way to be happy. Sounds easy, sounds cliche, but these are the daily things that you can do to begin to become mentally stronger and adopt a new mental framework and adopt a new default mode. What is your default mode at the moment? When things aren't going the way you would like it, what do you resort to? How do you feel? How are you positioning yourself to feel any different in those moments? These are all things that you can change each and every day, but you have to apply yourself and you have to be accepting of the fact that you feel that way. Be aware that you feel that way and acknowledge that you can feel another way if you pay attention to the things that make you feel those other emotions: happy, excited, grateful, and all the other uplifting emotions that we can feel each and every day. Try to release those emotions, try to accept those emotions, communicate with any other parties that have been at the source or the root of those emotions existing, even though we are still in full control of how we feel and react to individuals. But still, communication is always important, internally and externally. We all can change the way we operate and have a different default mode. And it's when we adopt that positive default mode, that's when we begin to see major differences within ourselves, but more importantly, within our lives as well. We're able to embrace change. We're able to embrace discomfort. We're able to embrace difficulties and we're able to embrace anything that life throws at us because we have a default mode that is ready for it all and is thankful for it all because everything has its purpose. There's this quote that it's simple, but yet very powerful. Everything serves to further. Now, what comes after that is up to you. Everything will serve to further your growth. Everything will serve to further your evolution. Everything will serve to further your dreams and aspirations. Or on the other hand, everything serves to further your downward decline. Everything serves to further your anger, your resentment, the grudges that you hold. So there's two sides to every coin. I think I would choose the first hand. Everything serves to further my evolution, my growth, the lifestyle that I want, the dreams that I want, the aspirations that I have. Adopt a different mindset, a different default mode. Cultivate a different default mode and call yourself out when that default mode doesn't align with how you want to operate each and every day. And begin to build and rework that framework, that default mode each and every day. And as you stack those bricks and as you stack those days, then you will see a shift in how you deal with situations, in how you embrace change and challenges and obstacles, in how you embrace daily life. I hope that resonated with you in a way that allows you to want to make a change, that provokes inner dialogue and inner thoughts that are complementary to who you want to be, to who you are becoming. And please share this message with your family and friends. It doesn't have to be this episode, but whatever you took from this episode, please go out and share it. Understand your circle and how they may be operating. And if they are not operating in a way that is complementary to who they want to be or the places that they're going, let them know. Tap them on their shoulder. Give them some advice. Give them some feedback. Share the episode. Whatever you have to do, but allow yourself to have a default mode that is more embracing, that is more complementary to the person you're becoming and the places that you want to go and the dreams that you have. Thank you for tapping into another episode of Publicized Theory. I greatly appreciate every listener every week. It is, I can't say it enough. It's, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Another episode will be coming out next week. Until then, hope you all have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Stay blessed.